Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm here to do another ranking video because you all seem to like my Star Wars one that I did for Star Wars Day about a month ago now, so I thought why not. I've been wanting to do a video on Funko Pops for a while. The Funko Pops I own, because me, Aaron and Lewis, we all love our Funko Pops. We're probably a bit obsessed. So I thought it'd be a good idea to rank my Funko Pops. So I've got 11 at the moment in my collection, not including my keyring here of the Zombie Hunter Spidey. That's quite cool, but I'm not including that because it's obviously a keyring, not an actual Funko Pop. But I'm ranking all 11 of my other ones from my least favourite to my favourite. Now obviously I like them all because I spend money on them and I bought them, so I'm not going to buy them if I don't like them. So I do really like them all, but like everything in life, you're going to have your favourites and you're going to have your least favourites. So don't take being low on this list as I don't like it. It's just I don't like it as much as some of the ones high up on my list that are probably a bit cooler. Also, it's probably a bit more of a personal video because it's my collection. However, you can still say your favourite. I'm going to be showing them all, so you can still say your favourites down in the comment if you want. And I mean, yeah, let's get into it. So, in 11th place, I have Albus Dumbledore from Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, I got this before I was really into Funko Pops. It was when I used to love Harry Potter. And yeah, I really love the character of Albus Dumbledore from Fantastic Beasts. So I thought I'd get a Funko Pop of him. And I mean, it's still a cool Funko Pop, you know. It's 11th in its last place, but it's still quite nice. His hair's got nice detail, and a detail I really like is, I don't know whether you can see it, but his wand here. And it's got the detail on it of the little swirl there. So I thought that was really nice. But yeah, it's still a really nice Funko Pop. It's just, you'll hear this word a lot in this video, but I like ones with more detail. And this one, it's got lots of detail, but it's not that much overall on his suit and everything. So it's not as high up. It's at the bottom. It is still very nice though. In 10th place is Dustin from Strange Things. Specifically, this one is Strange Things Season 3. Again, I really like this Funko Pop. This is actually the most recent one I bought at MCon the other week. And the whole day I was kind of looking for a Strange Things one. And towards the end of the day, I think I was just about to get my photo with Jimmy V. Aaron and Lewis had left me and I was looking around a bit more. And I saw this really nice Dustin Funko Pop from Strange Things Series 3. I really like, one detail on this I really like is the little Camp Nowhere logo. I think that's really cool. Lots of detail in it on both the t-shirt and the cap. Very nice, and it's a really colourful one, so it's a really nice one. Dustin's probably one of my favourite characters from Strange Things. Really cool character, really funny. Especially in the new season, he's got more of a leadership role, which I really liked. And yeah, this works really well. It's got lots of detail. One thing I do like as well is the texture on the back of his cap. More of a mesh sort of texture. The thing that lets this down, it probably would be higher up on this list, but the cap's a bit damaged. First, it's got a bit of a dent there, you can probably see, and also the paintwork's a bit messy around here, and also it's got a bit of a green bit there. So the paint's a bit messy, it's a bit damaged. Overall, apart from that, it's a really cool pop. I really like it, but it's got a bit of damage, so it's been let down a little bit, and so it's not as high as it could have been on this list. In 9th place is Polka Dot Man from the Suicide Squad. You probably know, if you've watched some of our ranking videos, probably our award of 2021. This was both mine and Aaron's favourite film of 2021 was The Suicide Squad. And I mean, it just surprised me. It's a really funny and very light-hearted and yet brutal film. And it's a really good watch. I definitely recommend it if you haven't already seen it. My favourite character on that film is probably Polka Dot Man. so that's why I got him more than because of the pop itself. It was more because I really like the character. The costume's really nice and detailed. It's got the polka dots all the way around, obviously. Got his little belt there and everything. Little bits like this. So, and the goggles as well. It's all really lovely and detailed. So, yeah, it's a really cool pop. There's a couple of problems with it, though. First of all, it doesn't stand up by itself. Like, if I push it on the desk here, it just falls forward. So, yeah, it doesn't really work. If you keep them like I do out of the box, I have to put a little bit of paper under one of his knees to make him stand up by himself. So that's not great. It can be a bit of a faff. It can fall over a lot. So that lets it down a bit. Also, I can't remember whether he does wear his goggles in the film, but he doesn't wear them that much if he does. So I kind of wish they'd just brought his goggles up and like we could have seen his whole face instead. I think that would have been very nice. You know, maybe like his eyes and then a bit of hair sticking out from his little cap sort of thing. Still really cool, don't get me wrong. It's just we don't see him like this much in the film, and through the goggles you can't really see much characterization. You can't see much expression or anything. So yeah, I just wish that. But apart from that, it's really cool. Like I was shooting at his little polka dots here. They've done that really well. And I mean, yeah, it's still a very cool pop overall. In 8th place is the Riddler, one that most people probably would want to put higher up on this list. It's not higher for me. I'll get onto that in a bit. But yeah, when I posted this on Instagram when I first bought it, lots of people said they really liked it. I heard lots of response to it about how it's very cool, and it is a really nice pop. And overall, you've got his costume with the little Riddler logo. He's in quite a cool stance with his tape. Got his little glasses. And one thing that's really cool is the back of his head is glossier, which represents like the cling film he has around his head in the film, so that it's so that his hair doesn't fall out onto a crime scene and they have his DNA. So yeah, that's really cool. Overall, it's really cool, really nice, really detailed, and I mean, it looks really cool in your collection. It's one of those where they don't have to do much with it to look cool. But one thing I would say is it's a really good pop overall, but it's not as detailed as some of the others I have. It's got this little detail here. It's got a bit of detail on his costumes, like his shoes and everything, and on his head. But it's not got too much detail. It's a bit plain. That's probably down to his outfit, to be fair. His outfit's a bit plain. But I don't know, it's not as cool because of that. It's a really good representation of the character. But the character's outfit in general just isn't as cool as some of the others I have. So that kind of lets it down a bit. However, in 7th place, I have the Mini Puffed on Fire, to be specific. Now this one, it came in a set with a t-shirt I have. You've probably seen it. I was wearing it in the MCOM video. It's a very nice t-shirt. I really like that, actually. And I mainly bought it because of the t-shirt. But this one's the pop's still really nice. It's special edition and glow in the dark. I've not actually seen the glow in the dark work yet. I'm yet to fully test that out. But yeah, that's quite a cool detail it has to it. It is smaller than other pops, so I feel like I'm glad it is special edition and glow in the dark, because that's what makes it worth more. Apart from that, it probably wouldn't be worth much, and I wouldn't spend a normal Funko Pop price for a Funko Pop that's a bit smaller than average. Yeah, it looks quite cool overall. I like his maniacal stance of just holding these matches while his head's just on fire. It's quite a funny and cool idea, and I mean, yeah, it's quite cool. I've also really liked how his colouring, I don't know whether you can see that, but the colouring around the fire gets darker to represent how his, obviously as a marshmallow, is toasting. And yeah, overall it's a really cool pop, really nice. It actually did better than I expected in our Funko Pop tournament a little while ago. Over on Instagram, it did better than I thought it would, which I mean was like I said, it's a surprise, but I mean I can see kind of why, because it's quite cool. That the fire in particular as well is very detailed, so I really like that. So yes, that is 7th on my list, and 6th is one that also did better than I thought in the Funko Pop tournament, Tiny Rick. This is actually the first one I got, the one that made me like want to start collecting almost. And like I said, he did really well in the Funko Pop tournament, which was a surprise. It is box lunch exclusive, I believe. Doesn't really mean much to me. I ordered it off Amazon, but I mean, I guess it's some kind of exclusive to some brand. I think Box Lunch is American, so we don't really know about it that well. But yeah, it's an exclusive, so that makes it interesting. What I really like about this is just the stance that he's in. He's holding the guitar, and the guitar's really detailed and nice. His fingers, even on the guitar, are really detailed. He's on a little stool here, which, I mean, it guarantees that he stands up, so, I mean, it works better than Polka Dot Man. And, yeah, it's really cool. What I also really like is his mouth. His mouth, not many Funko Pops have a mouth. But this one, because it really adds to his personality, his expression. It brings it to life, really, the Funko Pop, and without it, it probably wouldn't look as good. It probably wouldn't look as much like Tiny Rick either. So I think that works really well, and his hair's done really well as well. So he's a 2D animated character that brought him into 3D really well, with his hair sticking out of the back. So I mean, yeah, it's really cool. He's playing the guitar, which is really cool. And yeah, an early one in my collection. Yeah, it's about midway through my ranking, so it's not doing too bad compared to some of the newer ones. And in 5th place is Wally, the one that I bought first in May. I mean, Wally really connects to me as a character. It's my second favourite Pixar film, Wally is, just after Up. It was my favourite for a long time until I rewatched them all about a year ago now, I'd say, and I'd forgotten how good Up was, so that's number 1. But yeah, it's my second favourite Pixar film. Wally's one of my favourite Pixar characters. They do Wally really well in the film, because I mean, he's a character that doesn't talk, or barely talks. He can talk in like 1 or 2 word phrases a lot of the time, and yet he really has lots of emotion in the film. You feel lots of emotion for him. It's pretty incredible. One thing I would say is this one stands up by itself because of this little stand that the fire extinguisher makes, which I think is really cool, because it makes it fit into the pop still, without it just being like, oh, we've got a random stand here, and yet it allows him to stand up by himself, so that works really well. Overall, just nice detail, I'd say, like on his little, I'm not sure how to share this. You've got the little Wally logo there, and the little details around here. It's a bit difficult to show. You've got details on his little tracks. So yeah, overall really detailed and really nice. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can say about this. Wally's a really good character. And this pop's a really nice one. It looks really cool. And yeah. I'd also say on the box it had the By and Large logo, which is the company from the film, if you don't know. So I thought that was a really cool detail as well. As you open the box, it's almost got like an Easter egg on a Funko Pop box of the By and Large logo. So I thought that was a really cool detail. So yes, that makes Wally 5th on my list. And 4th on my list is SpiderMan in the black and gold suit from No Way Home. I've realised lots of my favourites are bobbleheads. I think that's a coincidence. They probably just make really cool ones into bobbleheads. So mind his head watching in this. Mind his head moving in this, or wobbling, I should say. This one, I mean, this suit in the film was really nice. I wish we'd seen more of it. You could kind of tell in the film that this suit was just so they could have more toy sales and everything to increase the amount of money they could make from it. But it was a very nice suit. That scene was really good in the film, where it was fighting Electro in the black and gold suit. So I do really like this suit, and this Funko Pop captures it really well. I mean, you can see probably some of the detail on it there. It's really nice. On the back as well is really nice. So yeah, it's got incredible detail on this suit, and that's what really makes this Funko Pop. Also, he's not in a generic stance. He's kind of in this crouching position. If I can show it, there you go. He's in a crouching position, so he still stands up, and it is not just in a generic position. So that adds a bit of an extra touch to it, makes it even nicer. Also, this was one I ordered from Pop in a Box, which I know gets quite bad reviews, especially when it comes down to the condition that the Pops arrive in. However, this one arrived in perfect condition, great condition. It worked really well. So I mean, yeah. So far, my experience with Pop in a Box is quite good. However, I tend to avoid it because of all the stories you hear about it. But this one is a really nice one, and yeah, it arrived in perfect condition. So what can I say? It's a really cool Pop, and that's what it probably would have been one of my favourites at one point. But I've bought more, and you know, my collection's got even better since then. So yeah, this is fourth. In third place is another one I bought at MCon, Dr. Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters. I mean, this one, it cost a bit more than I probably would have normally spent for a pop figure. It cost £20, so it was a bit more expensive than I usually would have spent. However, I feel like it was worth it now. It also came in a pop protector, but I mean, it was too nice to leave in the box. I thought, I was talking to Aaron and Lewis about it, and they were saying, oh yeah, I'd leave it in the box. I'd get it out for to take photos of it and have a look, and then I'd leave it in the box. And I thought, oh yeah, okay. And I came home, took it out of the box, and I was like, that's too nice to leave in the box, really. It's got incredible detail on it. I mean, you've got this trap here, which is really detailed and really nice. You've got his goggles here, which are really nice. And in particular, what makes this Pop so incredible is this proton pack on the back. It just looks so cool. It's got such incredible detail on it, and that's what really makes this Pop, just the detail it's got on it. Even the face, most Funko Pop faces are clear. Sorry. Yeah, most Funko Pop faces are clear, but this has wrinkles on it, which adds a bit more expression to his character yet again. So that makes it really cool and really nice. I mean, he's probably one of my favourite Ghostbusters when it comes down to it. He's got some of the most personality, apart from Venkman, but he can be a bit annoying at times. He's got some of the best personality in the film. So yeah, Dr. Ray Stantz is a really cool Ghostbuster. Really nice, probably one of my favourite Ghostbusters. Sorry. It's also really nice to have a Pop from an older sort of film, a more classic film. It does make the Pop a bit of an older Pop, but it still looks really good, really detailed. It's from Ghostbusters 35 range, I believe, so it only came out a few years ago, actually. But yeah, it's really nice to have a Pop from an older, more classic films, because you tend to get them from the newer films that are coming out at the moment. But yeah, this is an incredible Pop. If you can get your hands on it somehow, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend lots of these Pops, to be fair. But yeah, really cool Pop, especially with this proton pack detail on the back. And also, detail I forgot to mention, actually, it's got his little Ghostbusters logo there. It's got his name on the front. So, I mean, yeah, it is literally an incredible Pop. I'd really, I do really love it. So yeah, that's my number 3. Number 2 is Doctor Strange from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. His head likes to wobble a lot, so I'll try and keep him still for you. But yeah, that's Doctor Strange. He's special edition, which makes it metallic. That's what's special edition about it. And that makes it even nicer. It looks even fresher. It looks even cooler because of that. So I think that's a really good detail that they added. And again, it's really worth literally a few extra pounds than normal Funko Pop, because it makes it look even nicer than normal. I mean, Doctor Strange is a great character again. It was sort of the first Marvel film I probably saw, to be fair, Doctor Strange. And yeah, he's always been just a really cool character to me. That film, the first Doctor Strange film, has always been really great for me. He's probably one of my favourite Marvel characters, to be fair. But I mean, yeah, it's really cool. I like the new film, to be fair. I think it's not as bad as some people are saying. It's not the best MCU film. I think I ranked it about 13, 14-ish on my list. I'd have to check. But yeah, the new one's really cool. I just recommend go check that out when it's on Disney Plus in a couple of weeks. One thing I really like in particular about this pop, though, is the runes on that spell, like the shield spell is casting look. I think that's really cool. Really cool detail. Really adds to the pop. Also, the suit, you've got his Eye of Agamotto, you've got, his little belt here, and his cape, the inside of his cape, it's all just so detailed. Really adds to the pop. Really makes it look really nice. I didn't expect, actually, when I bought this pop to like it as much as I do. But I got it out of the box, and again, like I said before, with the race dance one, it was just really nice and much nicer than I expected. And is in quite a cool pose as well, I'd say. Like, most pops are just in a generic standing pose. They change it up a bit to have like a kneeling pose or a sitting pose. He's looking off into the distance, kind of. He's looking off at a different direction. I think it's one of the first pops I've seen, actually, where it's looking off in a different direction, apart from maybe SpiderMan. But yeah, it really angles his body, really puts him in a cool pose to, like, add to your shelf. So yeah, really just adds to your Funko Pop collection, really, when you've got a few like this that are both really detailed and a bit different. So yes, this is my second favourite. Now, before I get into my favourite, I'd just like to remind you all, please subscribe, please like the video, comment your favourite, like I said. My favourite's coming up, and I mean, yeah, Aaron started a Twitch, so go follow that, check out his streams. Also, over on Instagram, we've started running a load of tournaments. I did let me think about this, sorry, Star Wars tournament, I did a Marvel tournament, I did a tournament of our Funko Pops, as I've mentioned in this video already, and I did one of Pixar. The finals out today, actually, so if I manage to get this video out today, please go check that out. I think it's between Toy Story and Monsters Inc. at the moment. So yeah, we've done 4 tournaments so far. So remember to go check those out on our Instagram story. Go vote for which one's your favourite out of all the different matches. Like I said, if this video comes out today, you can go and vote in the final between Toy Story and Monsters Inc. in the Pixar tournament. But yeah, so all that being said, let's get on to my favourite, which is the Mandalorian holding Grogu. I mean, before I bought this pop, I bought it back in April. And before I bought it, I'd been looking at it for months by that point, because I always thought it had come up on like the Funko app and stuff, and I think this looks really cool, and it is my favourite Funko Pop I own, so because of how cool it is. What makes it so cool is all of the detail in his armour. It's insane. He's got his jetpack there, like you say. He's got armour on his body. He's even got his little, like, mudhorn symbol there. I don't know whether you can see it. You might just be able to make it out on his shoulder there, look. But yeah, he's got all this incredible detail in his armor that really adds to the pop, really makes it look great. Even when it's not like special edition or anything, it just looks really cool because of the incredible amount of detail on it. I mean, even Grogu has detail. Look, he's got little head wrinkles and stuff. I'm trying to make this easy for you to see. But yeah, it's just it's just an incredibly detailed pop that makes it look really cool. It's also the only Star Wars one I own at the moment, which I mean, I probably need to get some more. But he is my favourite Star Wars character, so that kind of makes up for it, because at least I got my favourite one first. And this pop really captures him really well. Again, sorry for the head wobbling, it's a bobblehead one. The Mandalorian as well, it's the show that introduced me to Star Wars, so I think it's really fitting for me to have this as my only Star Wars one I own at the moment. Because, I mean, The Mandalorian introduced me to Star Wars. I'd seen it a couple of times as a kid, but I hadn't really been interested in it. And then in lockdown, in the first lockdown, I started watching The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. I really got into it. Around Star Wars Day 2020, I started watching all the Star Wars films because of that. And that's got me to where I am today, where I really like Star Wars. It's one of my favourite franchises, probably. So yeah, I mean, it introduced me to Star Wars as well as a show, and it's a great show. And this is probably one of the best moments on the show as well, in the season 2 finale, where Dean or Mando is holding Grogu before he gives him away to Luke, and he takes off his helmet so they can have this nice human personal moment. Thought that was a really great scene from the show, probably the best scene from the show. So it's really nice that they've captured that in a pop. Also, I know quite a few people don't like these Star Wars stamps that they put on all the Star Wars Funko Pops. But I quite like them, to be fair. I think it adds a bit extra to the pop. It makes it a bit different from all the other franchises. I'm glad they don't put it on all of them, because I like some of the positions they put the ones in, and the standing positions and everything. But I think it's quite nice for the Star Wars ones, to be fair. And like I said, I need more Star Wars Funko Pops, because this is the only one I own at the moment. So I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for that. So thank you all for watching. This has been my Funko Pop ranking. Like I said before, like, comment, subscribe, check out Instagram, Twitch, TikTok. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.